Good morning, Arsene. Can we have an update on your team, you specifically Jack Wilshere and Flamini?
Flamini is available, and because it's no basic injury, it was just a precaution. And Wilshere will be checked later by the medical people, and see if I involve him or not.
Any other ins or outs, any other teams?
No, everybody else is available.
As a disappointment on Tuesday night, you've been in such fine form. Is it now a different skill to react straight away and turn this issue around and get back to winning ways straight away?
Yes, of course, but we want to respond quickly. We have faced that already in our season, and I'm confident in that capacity of my team to respond very quickly in a very strong way. That is the target tomorrow.
The defeat to Dortmund and the defeat to Aston Villa were both at home. Is there something we can read into that? Are Arsenal a better side away from home, perhaps?
No, I believe that the defeat against Aston Villa was under exceptional circumstances and didn't reflect the game. On Tuesday night, I felt that maybe we are a little bit victim of having wanted too much just to win the game, and that the heart took a little bit over the head, and that we opened ourselves up in a position where we lost this game that was not reflecting the real game. I think, honestly, our keeper has 0 save to make. Their keeper has not a lot to save as well. We looked a bit more dangerous in the second half, but a draw would have been a fair result, and we have been victim maybe of losing a little bit cautiousness because we wanted too much to win the game.
And just finally from me, you're facing a side that's parted ways with their manager. Does that tend to up that team's performance by 5 or 10% when that happens?
I don't know. I feel that it's very harsh on Ian Holloway because he's done exceptionally well with Crystal Palace to get them up to the Premier League. It's very, very difficult to do that, and I find it very quick and very early to separate with Ian Holloway because for me, he has exceptional talent to manage a football team.
Are you a little wary, Arsene, when you take on a side that's just got rid of their manager? Because it introduces a slightly unpredictable dimension, is it?
No, but you focus on your performance, and you don't speculate too much on how they will respond. I think what is important is that in our job that you focus to be at your best and that you respond in a strong way to our disappointment on Tuesday night.
Can I ask you, Wilshere or Kasami, what was the goal of the week?
Wilshere, without a doubt. You know why?
Yeah, please tell us.
Because Kasami scored an exceptional goal, but many players in the Premier League can score a goal like that. But to score Wilshere's goal, it's much more difficult.
On Monday, when Sir Alex Ferguson's autobiography was coming out, you said we all fear the worst. Now that it's come out, have you seen it? I just wondered what you made of his version of Pizzagate. He suggested it created a division between you that lasted nearly 5 years. Is that your recollection?
No. Honestly, it's difficult for me to answer any suggestion about this book because I didn't read it yet, and that the Pizzagate, I think it was a little unrest in the corridor after the game, after the 49th game, refereed by Mike Riley at the time, who is now responsible for the referees, and I think on that day he had not his best day, and that brought a lot of frustration on, because on that day Rio Ferdinand should have been off after 20 minutes, and so I believe that that's what created all the problems in the corridor. Yes, it was aggressive. Yes, because to lose after such a long undefeated run the way we lost was not acceptable for me, and that's why everybody was frustrated.
To be fair, you come out of it pretty well, I have to say. The chapter, he's pretty complimentary about you as well. It should be said.
I will read it at the moment. I'm a bit busy, so I see you have it. You see.
Chapter 16.
What do you make of what do you make of Cesc Fabregas's comment saying that he thinks maybe you've got the squad this year that can go all the way, and that perhaps one day he'd like to return as a coach?
I hope he's right on the two sides. That he's usually a good judge, Cesc, and that he will come back one day shows that he has kept fond memories of this club, and I'm very happy that the players who have his intelligence and his technical ability and knowledge of the game come back one day. I'll watch them from somewhere up there, but
just lastly for me, we saw the Yaya Toure incident during the Champions League. I just wonder what your thoughts are of a potential boycott of Russia 2018 if the racism problem doesn't get
look,
there.
you have to fight racism. Is it in Russia or anywhere else in the world? I don't know what happened really there, but you cannot tolerate racism of any kind, and you have to fight against it. How do you do that? Honestly, I believe that the UEFA is taking action the right way, and to go as extreme as you suggested is a bit early to do that, because it's not proven what happened, and I believe that Russia itself has to fight against that. And of course you want everybody to be active on that.
Arsene, do you expect Ian Holloway to be back in football?
Yes. He's a football man. He has something that belongs to him, but he's special, but you feel there's a strength in there that can take people on board with him.
When he says he's resigning because he's tired, given that you're...
Because he's tired.
One of the reasons he was tired, he was resigned to the fact that things aren't going well. Given you've been at the job for 16 years and you're 13 years older than him, does that bring a bit of a smile to your face?
No, you know, defeat after defeat, when you want absolutely to win, drains you down, and that can happen to anybody. And when you're a bit older, you can maybe deal with it a little bit better. But what is the killer in our job is to lose succession of games, and when you lose 5, 6, 7 on the trot, that's very difficult to swallow.
There's a suggestion that Tony Pulis will take over.
I heard that, yes. No, I thought that what I did understand the other night is they wanted to go for a manager with experience. Tony Pulis is one of them, and of course we will, if he gets there, he will certainly play his way and demand huge commitment. He has done well at Stoke in the way he wants to play the game. He has been very efficient, and
But I'm right to say you were never really a fan of that style of play, were you?
no, but I respect every style of play, you know. I believe you can only be a good manager if you play with your gut and your gut feeling, and that can be different, but you can only be good if you're completely in accordance with the way you see the game. And he has been absolutely, he has done a fantastic job at Stoke.
Arsene, is there any concerns with Jack at all? Have you had his knee assessed? I mean, he seemed to think afterwards there wasn't any major problems with his ankle.
No, it's not a major problem, but as I told you before the season started, I will have to monitor him until he's completely through that period with in and outs, and that's what I try to do.
Reading what some of the comments Cesc made about Arsenal and where they are now and where they're going, do you think sometimes there's a little bit of an element of that players maybe didn't stay and keep focused and keep shared in the vision with you did, and now you're seeing the other side? Because if you had added Fabregas, Nasri, Van Persie,
And all those, what is for sure, if we added all the players who have left, I would have a selection problem. But I still have one, because I have plenty of good players, and I think, you know, some players sometimes were impatient when they get to the 30s, you know, they feel we cannot win the Premier League, they want to go somewhere where they can win it. Cesc was a little bit a special case because he left Barcelona at the age of 16. He's a Barcelona boy. Barcelona had the best team in the world. It was a little bit different.
Why do you feel Mesut Ozil didn't maybe have his best game we've seen for Arsenal against Dortmund?
He was sick before the game, you know, and he was not at his best on the night. He said he felt all right, but in the 2 days before he had the virus, and you could see that physically he was not at his best.
So you think that it's more an issue that he really wanted to be involved and wanted to.
Yes, you know, look, it is simple. Dortmund was organized to stop us from getting in our flow and from playing our game. And one of their game plans was to stop Özil to get in the game. And they did that well. On top of that, certainly Mesut was physically not at his best on Tuesday night.
Just finally on that, with Ozil and Carthola, does that give you almost a bit of a dilemma that, you know, they're two sort of similar attacking creative players and that you have to...
No, the more you have, the better it is. They can play together. I didn't start Cazorla on Tuesday night because I felt he was not completely physically ready. But when he came on, he did well.
Arsene, just on Fergie's book again, he is quite complimentary about you in it, but he does suggest that your softer side has come out in recent years. And he says that in your transfer dealings, he mentions Nasri, Riziki and Arsene, that softer side has come out in you. What's your response to that?
Do I have a soft side? Yes, of course. I just try to buy good players, you know, and if there can be, sometimes the more technical players are not the most biggest tacklers, and but if I have both, I'm very happy with it. Yes, we have, compared to the start of my career at Arsenal, we have gone a little bit for different type of players. It was more coincidence than really planned.
That's not a reflection of how you've changed. I mean, do you feel you've changed as a manager since you've been here?
Not really, no. I have the same desire to win, and the game has changed, that is for sure. The environment has changed, and for the rest, I don't think that when you're manager, what is important for you is to win the next game, and that is exactly the same.
Do you plan to write your own book?
No.
Why not?
Well, I say no at the moment. Maybe one day I will be inspired to do that, but at the moment I do not say never, but at the moment I don't have that need at all.
Because he's been criticised by some people for kind of going over old ground, maybe settling old scores. I mean, is it good to have a manager like that, his version of events on record, as it were, or should it be just consigned to the past?
Oh, it's the past. The past is history, and history has to be written. In France, we say it's important not only to make history, but who writes the history, you know. And it's good. It's a legacy of his career, and I think that's important especially in England. He was for 26 years or 27 years manager at Manchester United. It's not anonymous. It's huge what he has achieved, and but it's difficult for me to answer anything on the book because I would like first to read it.
I'll end it.
Arsene, how good is it to have Mathieu Flamini back this weekend? Because he's been a key return.
He has been important in the balance of our team, but we are happy to have him back, and overall, I still think we had enough room to at least take a point on Tuesday night. You know, it's you wouldn't think that we lost the game because Flamini didn't play.
Arsene, Thomas from Ireland said in his programme notes in the week that he's frustrated at the moment with his lack of games. Do you understand that? I mean, obviously he's had his injury problems, but he's obviously...
Yeah, I understand that completely. It's unfortunately part of our job. Is sometimes we frustrate people, and he is rightly frustrated because he has the quality to play, because he behaves in a fantastic attitude towards. Is a credit to our job. If everybody behaves like him, it's absolutely fantastic, and I can understand completely his frustration.
I suppose in a way it's been good for you that Mertesacker and Koscielny have forged such a good partnership.
They have done well, you know, and there was no particular reason to change, but his time will come. In our job, the most important is to be ready, and he behaves like somebody will be ready when needed.
Petite question sur Nicolas Anelka, qui soulève quelques questions depuis son retour en Angleterre, notamment sur son rendement. Il a essayé deux occasions, notamment contre Arsenal. Il fait toujours un peu débat. Qu'est-ce que tu penses de son retour, de ses performances?
Moi, j'ai été surpris par son allant physique contre nous. Il me semble qu'il a perdu du poids, qu'il est très affûté physiquement. En tout cas, contre nous, j'ai trouvé très mobile et très motivé.
Du fait qu'il y ait toujours un débat sur son rendement, sur ses...
Ben ça, c'est un peu, ça a toujours existé. Et le débat autour des attaquants français est permanent. Que ce soit Anelka, Henry, Benzema, ça a toujours existé. Ribéry, c'est quelque chose qui fait partie un peu de la culture française.
Thanks all.
Cheers,
Take the microphones away, please.